What is up, Crazy Nation? I'm Crazy Reviews, back from fighting crime, preventing people from cutting in line. Now it's time for that Bleach Chapter review. This is Bleach Chapter 644, entitled Baby Hold Your Hand 7. And I gotta say that this chapter is legit best of this year so far. The best. Now, why are critics Why are critics claiming that this is the best chapter of the year? Well, I'll let you know. Basically, we start off finding out that this battle is definitely at its end. Pernida is done and over with, but while he's done and over with, there is still some nerves still intact. They are dying from what I would believe, but for the moment, they're still alive for a few more seconds, or whatever the case may be. So Mayuri ends up touching those nerves, and that's how we find that those nerves are still kind of active and whatnot. Because Mayuri's ankles just give out, and he's pretty much out for the count. He's not in the game anymore, and neither is Kenpachi Zaraki. So, what Mayuri does is he tells Ikaku and Madarame that there are 2 capsules over there under a bunch of rubble, which really it doesn't show any rubble, it just shows the capsules, so I don't know, whatever, who cares. Anyway, so there are people in there. Press the red button, you'll get to see who it is, and guess what? It's Toshiro and Rangiku. Now, I was kind of expecting Kinsei Rose, but I don't know what happened to them. Maybe there's more capsules. I'm not too sure about that. All I got to see were the 2 capsules, the 2 main capsules, which had Toshiro and Rangiku. And I know there's a lot of people that are pretty hyped about them being back, but me, yeah, it's cool that they're back. I do like them, but it's not that I really care for their characters all that much to make me be like, oh snap, oh crap, really? Toshiro's back? And just get hyped. I'm not that big of a Toshiro fan. I know there's apparently so many Toshiro fans, but me, I've never personally really cared for his character all that much. I guess it's because he's always getting smacked up and, bullied. So, I don't know. Now, after all that happened and everyone kind of thanked Mayuri for all his work, we do see that Mayuri is still, a changed man. Because he did look like the type of guy that would never give a damn about anything or anyone else, that he was, very self-centered. But we do see that he seems a lot more caring towards others and whatnot, and just a much more humble guy now that we did get that little scene with Mayuri and Nemu when Nemu just, came out of her shell like that the last few chapters. So that's an interesting topic that I really wanted to bring up, is that Mayuri is pretty much a changed man now. He's actually, not so self-centered anymore. Now that that's over, we do transition into what seems to be the next battle we'll see, which is between Shunsui's group and the X-Axis. Now, with this one, we do see that everyone seems to be worried about all the lieutenants and whether they're dead or not. And really, I don't know why they're so worried about that, because, yeah, I can see how they could be like, well, the Ryatsu of Kenpachi and Mayuri's has greatly weakened because, they were pretty fucked up at the end there. But they got worried about the lieutenants, which really throws me off, because Shuhei is the only one that got knocked out so far up there in the Royal Palace. So, yeah, that's something that kind of threw me off. Why would they even bother bringing that up? Aside from that, we do see that Shunsui turns around, pulls out both of his Zanpakutos, and search for the X-Axis, which, boom, he does reveal himself in his position to snipe Shunsui, which it looks like he hits Shunsui, and I wouldn't doubt that he actually hits Shunsui because it looked like it definitely did hit. So I'm going to call it a hit to an extent, but we do see some weird text and everything, which, was night and day between Manga Panda and the manga stream translation. If you read the the Manga Panda translation, it's just a bunch of sounds, random sounds. And when you read the manga stream translation, it's actual words being used and whatnot. So there's a whole light and day thing going on with those translations. I don't know how the fuck they got such different stuff from that. But anyways, going on, obviously follow the manga stream translation. It's way better. Anywho, Shunsui ends up popping up right behind the x-axis, goes for a swing on him, and he's actually in his Shikai form at this point, knocks out his weapon. The x-axis was lucky enough to dodge the attack, though his weapon got cut a bit, so that is something that might affect him in a long run, but as long as he's barrel stuffing his gun, I think he could still use it. Basically barrel stuff. If you don't know that term, it's like a gaming term where you are right up against another player and you just shoot him point blank range. That's barrel stuffing. You can't miss, or you shouldn't miss. So the things that Shunsui said made me think that he might be going Bankai because of how he was talking and the things he was saying just seemed a little abnormal. Like, it sounds like he's going to, do something more than what his Shikai does, so he might be going Bankai, showing us some other techniques and stuff. Who knows? That's something I would love to see. If I can see him go Bankai, oh, fanboy. That is my favorite captain. Shunsui is number one in my eyes. I've always liked his character, and he's always been my favorite captain since I was first introduced to him when Chad, Orihime, and Ichigo and the others did go to the Soul Society to rescue Rukia in the Soul Society arc. Definitely, I'm hyped for this fight. I've definitely been waiting to see Shunsui fight in this arc. He hasn't really fought since... Gosh, who's that one guy? Oh, man. Can't think of his name. The Colonel Sanders, Quincy. Robert, yes. That could have been a really cool fight, but they didn't follow through with it, or Kubo didn't follow through with it. He just decided, open up the arc with that, and then just, have Shunsui not fight anyone for the remainder of the time. We did get teased a little bit with the Hashwall thing, but we haven't seen Shunsui do anything ever since then. And I gotta say, this is a perfect time for him to go Bankai. This is a perfect time to get to see a really awesome fight yet again. I gotta say, the Mayuri versus Pernida fight was pretty entertaining. I mean, all Mayuri fights are definitely entertaining, but this one was pretty entertaining as well. It did get dragged out quite a bit, but Kubo did, come through with the last few chapters and kept us interested and entertained. And I gotta say that I'm hoping that it goes this way, even with the Shunsui versus X-Axis fight. Even if Shunsui doesn't go Bankai, I hope we get to see some crazy cool stuff, maybe with the other Shinigami in the group. And that's it for this chapter. Now, there are a few things I want to say. Point out. Stuff like that. The X-Axis for Shunsui. Shunsui is the strongest Shinigami. So the X-Axis, I think he's way out of his league. Because if you remember correctly, the Captain Commander is supposed to be the strongest Shinigami. So when the old Captain Commander, Omeyama, got killed, Shunsui was next in line, meaning that he is now the strongest Shinigami alive. So think about it. If he is the strongest Shinigami, then the x-axis is going to be going up against the strongest set of characters. I mean, not only do we have Shunsui there, we have Kisuke. He's strong as hell. We have Aizen. Aizen should be in that group. I don't know where the fuck he is. But, let's pretend like he's in that group still. We have Renji, who just, had training at the Royal Palace and achieved a whole upgraded Bankai that who knows what else he can do with that. Anywho, so, yeah. All that, the x-axis really shouldn't stand a single chance against that group. He has to be the strongest elite guard there, because if he isn't, he picked the wrong group to go up against. Now, it may seem like an okay job if he's sniping them from afar like he started, but now Shunsui's up in his business, and Shunsui is the strongest captain there. Just saying. Shit's going to go down, and it's gotta be hella good, because Kubo's been on a roll, and I do expect him to keep rolling that ball. But yeah, that's been my review on Bleach Chapter 644, and if you liked it, leave a like, as well as subscribing is cool if you're new. If you're not new, what you need to do is tell someone who is new that they should definitely subscribe to Crushing's ass. And as always, keep it steezy.